In the following clip you're about to watch, a man is alone in an Airbnb somewhere in the desert, outside Indio, California, completely isolated, open desert in every direction. When mid-shower, he hears his front door unlock on its own. He grabs his camera and moves toward it, whispering into the dark, calling out. Nothing answers.
Somebody opened my Airbnb while I was in the shower. Hello? What the fuck? Hello? It's just me, guys, in this Airbnb. So it's literally just me out here. I'm in Indio, and literally no one else is around. It's literally all empty. I usually don't post content like this. What was that? Hello? Guys, are there? Hello? I'm gonna get the fuck back inside. Cause I don't know what's going on ahead. I don't know what's going on out here, guys. I'm definitely gonna check out my B&B if this keeps up, y'all. I'm dead ass gonna just hop in my car. I'm gonna lock all the doors in the house.
The door is already ajar when he reaches it, opening onto a black desert night, with only a single pathway light and the silhouette of mountains against the sky. He shuts it, sweeps the interior, and then partway down the hallway something stops him, a faint scratching, a shuffling, close enough that he whispers to himself before he can think not to, and you can hear in his voice that he isn't performing for the camera. By the time he's outside on the back patio under a full moon with nothing but empty desert around him, he's already talking about checking out and leaving. The land around Joshua Tree and the Coachella Valley has carried a reputation for strange activity long before anyone was filming it. Unexplained lights, sounds without origin, the particular kind of unease that feels less like fear of something specific and more like the landscape itself pushing back against being occupied. In paranormal research, desert locations with extreme isolation and low electromagnetic interference are sometimes considered more permeable, environments where the usual noise of human habitation isn't there to drown out whatever else might be present. So what do you think? Did that door open on its own, or did something out there in the dark decide it wanted to look inside? In this next clip, a man is home during the day, doing something as ordinary as trying to organize a cluttered closet, when he hears something that stops him cold, a sound coming from the attic. Not a knock, not a creak, a voice, a child's voice. Watch.
Listen, I'm in here putting my daughter, I'm trying to organize all this stuff, and listen to what is coming out of the attic. Listen. Oh, one of her doors. Oh my. One of her toys is turned on. Bro. Are you joking? Yo, I'm tripping out, bro. This is too much. If it starts happening from this attic, where's it coming from? Yo. It's on! It literally is on, bro. Oh, God. And I can already see everyone now. How? Oh, you came up here and turned it on. Bro, I did not. I didn't. Yo, is this happening in my fucking house now? I can already see somebody saying, why is it in the attic? Why is it in the attic? She will come in here and she'll dig through all the toys. And that's the one thing that she will not stop doing. So I just talked to my wife and she said, yeah, she put it up there. Yo! I just don't know what's going on. I mean, it could have just been on and started making noises, but the second I was in here, I was hearing it talking. Yo! And for context, I'm not saying that has anything to do with what's going on in the shed, but that is pretty damn weird.
If you listen carefully before he even opens that stairwell door, you can already hear it. A faint electronic babble drifting down from somewhere in the dark above him. And when he finally reaches the source, buried inside a cardboard box in an unfinished attic, there's a children's learning toy glowing blue, fully powered on, making noise on its own. His wife put it up there specifically to keep it away from their daughter, meaning no one had been up there. No one had touched it. He didn't turn it on. That's what makes this so hard to dismiss. Some viewers pointed out that certain battery-powered toys can activate randomly, triggered by temperature changes or vibrations, but others weren't buying it because this particular toy was packed away in a box in a room nobody uses. He even mentions this isn't the only strange thing happening around his property. So what woke it up? And what else has been going on at that shed he keeps referring to? In this next clip, a woman is alone in her home late at night when she notices something at the front door. Something low to the ground, something with eyes.
What is that? What is that? Oh my god! Oh my god! What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Open the door! No! 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 Please! I'm not there! Ah! My leg! What is that? Ow! What was that? What was that? Oh my god!
Behind the frosted glass pane of her door, a pair of bright red glowing eyes appears, close to the ground, almost like whatever is out there is crouching, patient, steady, watching. She backs away, completely breathless, and then claims something grabs her leg. The eyes vanish, reappear at the kitchen door, vanish again, and show up one final time in the window reflection above the sink, at which point she sprints into a back room and collapses to the floor sobbing. The positioning is what people keep coming back to. Low, still, circling the exterior rather than forcing entry, which in paranormal research suggests either an animal class entity or something intelligent enough to be methodical about how it approaches. In various folk traditions across Latin America and the American Southwest, a crouching figure with luminous eyes that circles a home without entering is associated with a nagual, a shape-shifting entity, sometimes malevolent, that operates at the boundary between the physical world and something adjacent to it, close enough to be seen but apparently bound by rules that keep it outside. Skeptics point to the possibility of a digital overlay, and the editing does leave that door open, but the audio is harder to dismiss. That kind of hyperventilating, that collapse, is difficult to perform convincingly in the dark alone. So what do you think? Was something circling that house that night, or is there another explanation for what was crouching behind that glass? In this next clip, a father films his daughter late at night after she comes to his bedroom doorway, claiming she's been hearing voices, something he admits he hadn't taken seriously until now. She's standing in her pajamas, flashlight in hand, visibly scared, pointing him toward her room. He gets up, turns on the lights, and follows her down the hall to her bedroom window. She pulls back the curtains, and whatever she was pointing at is out there in the dark. Watch.
No le creía a mi hija que escuchaba voces.
Pero ¿cómo se va a escuchar risa de niño, hija? A ver, pónsale esa madre, amor. Pónsale esa. ¿Cómo?
Sí, ¿dónde está ¿dónde atrás? ¿Cuántas veces de niño jugando?
A ver, ven, amor. La verga, se me da miedo. Shh, cállate, José Chuy, cállate. Espérate, no. ¿Dónde escuchaste la voz? Pero se escuchan voces.
¿Risas? ¿Risas?
A ver, prende el foco. Espérate, José Chuy, no te asomes. ¿Dónde, hija?
¿Atrás?
¿Atrás dónde?
Allá.
A ver, apaga el foco, no se mira nada. Apágalo ya. ¿Dónde más?
Allá.
¿Qué quieres ver, José Chuy? Ay, vete la.
¿Qué es eso?
Espérate, espérate.
¿Qué es eso?
No sé. ¿Qué verga es?
No te agarra la cámara bien.
¿Una garra? No sé.
Papá, ¿qué es eso?
No sé. Vete para allá, ahorita, siéntate en la cama.
Mamá, ¿qué es eso?
¿Qué es eso? No mames, ¿qué pedo con la pinche cámara? ¿Sí mira?
Es que no se mira nomás en la cámara. Nomás se mira en la cámara porque sin la cámara no se mira.
A la verga, ya ven. Güey.
Mamá, me asusté.
No, quítate, quizás quítate de ahí, llena. Mira, quiere estar ahí viendo qué pedo, qué. ¿Qué horas son?
¿Qué pedo?
No sé.
Outside the window, the camera holds on a wide, dark, open space, a rooftop or large lot, it's hard to tell. And at around the 1:20 mark, a small, blurry shape drifts quickly from right to left across the middle distance, then vanishes. A second shape follows moments later, slightly further back. Both are brief and indistinct. Skeptics would call them insects or video artifacts. And honestly, that's a fair read. But if you pair what's out there with how frightened she is before anyone even looks, a child leading her father to exactly the right window, the shapes start to feel like confirmation of something she already knew was there. In this next clip, a mother has been filming her 5-year-old son after he'd been talking about a past life since he was around 3. And what he describes, calmly and without any apparent awareness that it's unusual, is difficult to write off as a child making things up. She catches him during an ordinary moment, asking him questions while he sits still long enough to answer.
I was
Sit down. Sit down.
she said that she made me
Sit down.
know
But who? Okay, first of all, who is the person that we're talking about?
my old mom, my old dad.
Your mom, your old mom, and your old dad. Okay.
He said
How the house used to look like?
that the roof was gray
Uh-huh.
and the house was white and the door was red.
Uh-huh.
And so
Sit down. Sit down so I can put your clothes on. Come on, sit down and you can keep talking.
my mom, she hit my brother with a bat.
She hit your brother with a bat?
Yeah, she hit my mom. She hit my brother that passed away with a bat, and then she said, "Go clean the bathroom with a toothbrush, or and if you don't, you're getting next." And then,
And then what happened?
when my parents passed away, when both my parents passed away.
How
What?
how so your brother passed away?
Yeah.
And what about your parents? How did they pass away?
So they went to work,
Uh-huh.
and then they got in a car crash,
They got in a car crash.
and they passed away. Then I ran away. Then I saw this place that was blue, and then I went there. There was a lot of families that I chose you.
You went to a blue place?
I went to a blue building, and then I went inside, and I saw a lot of families. I picked you.
He describes his previous home in specific detail: gray roof, white walls, a red door. Then the story darkens. He talks about his former mother hitting his brother with a bat, about his parents dying in a car crash, and then in what tends to be the detail that stops people completely, he describes what happened after he died. A blue building, many families gathered together, and choosing his current mother from among them, she listens with her hand over her mouth. What makes this difficult to dismiss isn't the content alone, it's the delivery. No drama, no performance, just a small child filling in details the way you describe something you remember clearly and assume everyone already knows. Researchers at the Division of Perceptual Studies at the University of Virginia, one of the few academic institutions that formally studies reincarnation cases, have documented that children between 2 and 7 are the most likely to spontaneously produce past life memories, often with specific details that can be independently verified, and that the memories tend to fade naturally as the child gets older, which lines up with why most adults carry none of this. Skeptics point to childhood imagination and the degree to which small children absorb and reconstruct narratives from the world around them, which is a reasonable position until you get to the blue building, because that detail doesn't come from anywhere a 3-year-old typically gets their material. So what do you think? Did he actually choose her? Or is there another explanation for how a child that age describes the architecture of whatever comes next? In this next clip, a man is working a late shift alone at what appears to be a closed bar or restaurant, somewhere that by all logic should have no one else in it. He walks his phone through the whole space before anything happens. Back of house kitchen, storage hallway, out into the main bar area with its blue lighting and empty dance floor, panning across every corner, every table, every dark screen. Then he sets his phone down near a glass partition pointing toward the bar and steps away.
Okay, so I'm here at work, and I think my coffee should be made. So we're gonna go back here and check. I don't like that they put that red light in also. It's kind of spooky to me. But anyways, okay, so coffee is made. I need to wash this. Okay. Okay, I don't like this.
What follows is harder to categorize than a single unexplained moment. Doors moving on their own, sounds with no visible source, lights responding to nothing. But it's the cumulative pattern across the whole space that builds the case, because each individual thing has a possible explanation until you start stacking them, and at some point the stack gets too high. In paranormal research, locations like bars and restaurants, spaces that absorbed years of human energy, emotion, routine, and in some cases tragedy, are considered high-retention environments, places where residual haunting is more likely than almost anywhere else. Figures and sounds replaying the same closing routines on a loop long after the people themselves are gone. The walkthrough beforehand is either what makes this more convincing or more suspicious, depending on where you land. A deliberate attempt to prove the space was empty, or exactly what someone would do if they wanted you to believe it was. So what do you think? Is something still clocking in for a shift that ended a long time ago? Or is there another explanation for what's moving through that bar?